So, what is Dhrupad music and why is it important? Dhrupad is the oldest form of Indian classical music. Chances are, if you're watching this, you probably have no idea what Dhrupad is, or you've heard of it once or twice. Just a disclaimer, I'm not making this video to talk about very technical aspects of Dhrupad or to explain the history of Indian classical music. I honestly just want to speak on Dhrupad as a whole and the role that it's had in my life and why I think it's something that needs to be paid a lot more attention to. I'll just play a snippet right now of something I was listening to earlier today, which is Uday Balkar ji singing Rag Bihag. Even after just a few minutes of that, you can tell in your body the peace that it feels. It's almost like this. We try to meditate and we try to do all of this stuff to reach a level of nirvana, but it's like, how can listening to something for a few minutes or even a few seconds bring you that sense of calm and that sense of settledness? I'll link some videos in the description, like a general overview of Drupad and also some of my favorite recordings out there of the masters singing Drupad, just so you guys can get a feel of it in some different ragas. Context: Drupad is a form of yoga. It is called Nada yoga. You're probably like, what yoga is like, stretching exercise. But that's the Western form of yoga. That's only one frame of yoga called asana yoga. Drupad is the sound yoga. So it's vocal yoga and it's using the voice and basically all the channels and the chakras of the body to convey the same meditative feeling, mind, body, soul connection feeling. Yoga means union, union. So it's like union through sound rather than union through movement. Getting a little bit more into the word, Drupad is made up of Dhruva and Pad. Dhruva is the North Star. It basically means alignment, being on a path towards enlightenment and living your full potential. And at least that's how I see it. My middle name is Tara. That's also my artist name once I start releasing music. So I've always found that to be a really sweet connection, that Tara also means North Star in Sanskrit, and Dhruva is like North Star. The second part of Drupad is pada, which is verse or poetry. So if you put those two together, so I think of that as the formless translated to a form, energy translated to art, sounds translated with words. So Drupad was popularized by a very, very famous singer called Tansen. And Tansen was Akbar's court singer. So if you visit Fatehpur Sikri, like I was able to do many years ago, I'll insert some video clips here. Fatehpur Sikri is a city that Akbar built during his reign, during the Mughal Empire. There's this plaza, this platform where Tansen would sit and sing. Legend has it that he would sing certain ragas at different times of day and he would cause rain to fall because of his singing, or he would cause the sun to come out because I just find that so beautiful. It really speaks to the power of this music. It runs deeper than just ourselves. It's like in everything. I've been learning Indian classical singing since I was 8 years old and I'm now 19. So it's been 11 years. I have a guru. I've been learning from her for these 11 years. And at first, we did a different style of Indian classical called Khayal, which is more of a newer style. And then around 8 years ago, we switched to Drupad. So there are a lot of portrayals of India out there on the internet. There's movies, there's TV. There's like Bridgerton with you have some South Asian characters. You have shows like Never Have I Ever. You have recently a rapper, Hanuman Kind, who makes rap that isn't necessarily Indian, but his whole name is like Hanuman Kind. But the music he's making resonates with a wide variety of people, not just Indian. But Drupad music, though it seems like it's just a very strict, ancient Indian art form that only traditional Indian people can listen to, I actually think it's the complete opposite. Even just hearing 5 minutes of Drupad will bring people this peace of mind and solitude and bliss no other music or sound on earth can do. I just find that so beautiful. It really speaks to the power of this music. It runs deeper than just ourselves. It's like in everything. It's everywhere. In a lot of like Mughal era Bollywood, like the movie Mughal Azam, or when you see movies like Jodha Akbar, when you see film like Sanjay Leela Bansali, like Padmavat and Bajira Mastani, I find it really beautiful that in these Mughal courts, they'll have clips of people singing, and I've noticed that it's not necessarily traditional Drupad, but they are trying. Like many of us in the diaspora, I was put into singing by my parents who thought it would be a really nice way to honor my grandfather who loved Indian classical, and also just a fun way for me to express my creativity through my singing. Throughout my entire growing up years, like all of elementary school, all of middle school, I did love singing and I did love Drupad, but I think I actually started loving it in high school. And this is a time where I was feeling kind of insecure in my skin, kind of insecure in being brown. Like, not to get into all of this, but I was one of the only brown people in my high school, in my neighborhood. I never really doubted my inherent worthiness or my beauty or anything like that, but it was more of like I didn't know my place. I didn't know if I was supposed to be cool, like a Brandy Melville, like Urban Outfitters, Pinterest type of cool, or if I should be like more of an Indian, wear saris, wears a bindi type of cool. And I think it took me really just sitting in my own silence, sitting in my sound, and sitting in my Drupad, and just sitting with myself, immersing myself completely in the music to realize that both of those things can coexist and that they're actually one and the same thing because all of this music is coming from you. It's like a meditation on art. It's a meditation on life. You know, in the Western world, meditation has become so much more of a prominent thing these days. It's like everyone's telling you to fix your mental health issues, to fix your gut issues, to just basically elevate your life in every single way. You should meditate. And I 100% support this. I think everyone should meditate to some extent. But for me, I don't actually sit and meditate. For me, music is my meditation. Music is my therapy. And Drupad is like another level of that. It's like throughout the years for me, it's been a connection to my culture, a connection to the divine, and a connection to myself. And through that connection, an ability to see the connection all around me. But again, I didn't really want to make this like a technical overview of Drupad. I might make a video like that in the future just to whatever I know. I just wanted to share that Drupad does exist. And although it seems to be dying, although it seems like it's going to be a forgotten art form, I don't think it will be. And I think there's so much beauty and simplicity, and there's so much beauty in the things that seem to be hidden from us. It is up to us as humanity, no matter if you're brown, if you're Indian, if you have Indian ancestry, or if you're just completely not, and if you just happen to be seeing this video and you feel a resonance to it. I think that there's something to be said about humanity having certain art forms and periods of history that are very significant. I just have this feeling inside of me that Drupad and what it represents is just really big and is going to be really big. And I just want to talk about it and tell people about it. And I hope that everyone watching can kind of like tell my excitement about it and like feel some of that. It is up to us to recognize true art when it is in front of our eyes and to listen to this kind of art and to register that it actually does make an impact, that it actually does feel like something in our bodies and in our minds and in our souls. If you got one thing from this video, listen to some Drupad and leave me a comment on what you thought of it. Listen to like 3 or 4 minutes of any of these Drupads that I've linked in the description and let me know what you think. I'm actually very curious what it sounds like to somebody who's never heard it. And with that, I'm gonna go do some riyaz, which is practicing. Follow my Instagram, stay tuned for more videos. Stay blessed, love y'all. Bye.